Everything we do, every thought we've ever had, is produced by the human brain. But exactly how it operates remains one of the biggest unsolved mysteries. And it seems the more we probe its secrets, the more surprises we find.
Welcome, I'm Marcus. Today we'll discuss learning and memory as it relates to the processes of the brain. Learning can take at least four basic forms: stimulus response learning, motor learning, perceptual learning, and relational learning. A few things that govern the brain are intelligence, emotion, and memory. Two regions in the brain that control learning and memory are the hippocampus and the amygdala. Let's not forget about the brainstem. Why is it important? It helps you to breathe, sneezing, coughing, and swallowing. Stimulus response learning is the ability to learn to perform a particular behavior when a particular stimulus is present. It involves the establishment of connections between circuits involved in perception and those involved in movement. Now moving on to the right and the left hemisphere. The left hemisphere is responsible for speech, comprehension, and writing. As for the right hemisphere, it's responsible for creativity and spatial ability. There are four lobes in the brain. No, not loaves of bread, four lobes: the frontal, the temporal, the parietal, and occipital. They all have specific functions, and they do not function alone. Let's begin with the frontal lobe. Motor learning. The second category of learning is motor learning. It's a component of stimulus response learning. Motor learning cannot occur without sensory stimulus from the environment. The frontal lobe regulates body movement, behavior, concentration, and judgment. Perceptual learning is the ability to learn to recognize stimuli that have been perceived before. The primary function is the ability to identify and categorize objects and situations. The parietal lobe regulates language, motor, sensory, and memory skills. Relational learning is the fourth form of learning. It involves learning the relationships among individual stimuli. The occipital lobe facilitates vision, and the temporal lobe facilitates hearing. Messages travel from one side of the brain to the other. During that process, sensory information is encoded, stored, and recalled. Now I'll discuss short-term and long-term memory. Short-term memory is located in the prefrontal cortex. Long-term memory is located in the hippocampus of the temporal lobe. An example of short-term memory is the score in the NBA Finals. An example of long-term memory is remembering the name of your second grade crush. Let's recap. We covered memory, which is the ability to remember past events, the three main parts of the brain, which are the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem, the four lobes of the brain, and long-term and short-term memory. Thanks for watching.